The following presentation shows the draft 2022 budget for the Village of Keremeos. The budget is subject to change before second reading on February 17th, 2022. The RDOS Board of Directors encourages you to provide feedback before then. Here's RDOS Manager of Finance, Jim Zaffino.
The following presentation is a high-level overview of the budget, and it's 500 pages, and here it is. To view detailed budgets, please visit the RDOS Regional Connections interactive website. To review any of the slides presented in this video, please hit pause. The following slides provide information about the RDOS Legislative Foundation. Each regional district is a corporation. The RDOS has 9 electoral areas represented by rural directors elected to their position. The 6 municipalities represented on the board appoint their members. Regional districts are not taxing authorities. Regional districts do not tax municipalities. Regional district taxes are based on the services, not the location. Some regional district services are legislated, including general government, solid waste management plans, and E911 telecommunications. Most regional district services are by choice. Property in a rural area will receive their tax notices from the Surveyor of Taxes, and the taxes are paid to the province. The following slides cover taxes. To review any of these slides, please hit pause. The following slides provide information about the RDOS budget structure. A regional district is different than a municipality. Regional districts create a separate budget for every service it operates. For the 2022 budget, the RDOS has 156 separate services and therefore 156 separate budgets. Separate budgets ensure only those who participate in the service pay for the service. The budget process launched in October 2021. The budget includes approved change requests. Budget workshops were held November 5th and 9th, 2021. The provincial legislation requires the budget to be adopted by March 31st, 2022. The following slides provide information about RDOS services. You can hit pause at any time to review the slides. You can also visit RDOS Regional Connections to view detailed budgets. Regional services are services where the majority of the electoral areas and municipalities participate. For regional services, all properties in the municipality and electoral areas contribute. Regional services include heritage, conservation, corporate facilities, legislative services, and regional trails. Rural services are services where the majority of the electoral areas participate. For rural services, all properties in the electoral area contribute. Rural services include animal control, electoral area administration, and planning. Shared services are services where only those participating in the services pay for the shared services. Local services are services where only a defined group of properties within an electoral area participate. Examples include fire protection and water systems. Staff begin building budgets for each service in October. The 2022 budget is prepared along with the additional 4 years. New requests or changes come forward as program change requests. If approved, the item is added into the draft budget. The official title of the draft budget is 2022-2026 5-Year Financial Plan. The board can make changes to the budget up until it is adopted. Feedback from public consultation is presented to the board along with the Budget Bylaw for second and third reading and adoption. By legislation, the budget must be adopted by March 31st, 2022. The following slide talks about Keremeos' budget, its impacts, and the various reasons why there's tax increases or decreases. For 2022, it's 1.16% of the total assessment for the regional district belongs to Keremeos. For 2022, Keremeos assessments overall went up 31.41%, while the average for the regional district was 28.89%. This means that Keremeos will bear a higher overall tax burden for the services which Keremeos participates in. Administrative overhead are the support costs which help run the various departments within the organization: the human resources, legislative services, finance, corporate services, and information services. For 2022, one of the single material increases that did increase the percentage overhead costs was information services. And essentially, these are costs to keep the doors open. We have software and hardware requirements that are needed on an ongoing basis, and the manager stated that this is what we need to keep our computers working. Program change requests. Each year, managers would like to have, or who may need additional staff or service level increases, present a business plan to the board. The board reviews them and determines which ones will be accepted or not. Also included are different requests from the charity organizations that would like some funding to run their projects. So the following slide talks about the grant and aid requests. It shows what was requested and who received funds. And if you want to see this in more detail, please press pause now and you'll be able to see in more detail at your convenience. The following slides shows the program change requests that were authorized by the board. Each one of these requests shows what the request was in dark bold. It shows who is paying for it or where the service level or wages will be charged against, and the amount for the next 5 years. So again, just to state, these are the ones that the board reviewed and accepted, and they are in the current budget. So this is just a continuation for the program change requests. The following slides talks about the capital projects that the regional district taxpayers that live within the Keremeos benefit from. These are been funded either through reserves, so from prior taxations, or they're funded through grants. This one here is a 911 emergency call system. Regional trails, and again, just to state, they are either grants or reserves funded. This one here is solid waste management plan that carry over from prior years. And this one here is the Keremeos in area BG fire protection. So this is the capital costs that your fire chief and the board requested. And this one here is the recreation facilities for Keremeos areas B and G. And again, refuse disposal, which is a partnership with B and G. This is a comparison of the 2021-2022 budget. As you can see, they are fairly close. 58 million 2022. 2021 is 58 million. 2022 is 60.2 million. Anomaly is carry forward projects from 2021 is 7.2 million. And one large composting project for $8 million, which is being funded mostly from grants. Keremeos tax requisition for 2022 as of first reading is $551,271. That's a $43,000 increase over the 2021 for an 8.64% tax increase. But when taking into account the non-market growth, it's 6.39%. The following slides show where there and why there's a difference. Again, if you want to see this in more detail, press pause now, and if you look in the far right-hand corner, it shows what happened and why there's an increase. Just to emphasize, you may see one large increase, but you're only paying a percentage based on your assessment values. This is a tax requisition. It shows the different areas that you participate in, and these are the ones that you would pay based on the total assessment. And this is the services that are provided by the regional district, but you're in partnership with Electoral Area B and G, and they pay their fair share, again, based on assessment. Sterile and sick release is also on here. That's a budget that's just given to the board. The board has no say in what the amount should be. This tax requisition just is here for comparison to show at the municipal level along with the Penticton Indian Band. And the next slide is exactly the same thing, but at the electoral area level. This one here compares the tax requisitions by value. So it's a regional district tax for properties as per valued below. If you press pause again, you can see what they would be. Just to emphasize, this does not include the school tax, the rural area tax for roads, policing, etc. This is just the regional district component of the tax. This slide here talks about the cost per capita. It shows what the benefit each person receives in each of the areas, and it's a good way of indicator to see if you're getting your bang for your bucks. Usually you see what the costs are based on assessment, and obviously the more people you have in your area, the higher assessment because you have more property involved. It's an indicator, I think, that adds more information to the budget process. This is just a straight pie graph that shows where everyone is in the regional district budget circle, and this is information where you can review the budget. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. The board is looking forward to receiving your feedback on Draft Budget 2022.